New threat at our southern border, explosive-packed drones. A top general says more than 1,000 drones per month are entering U.S. airspace from the Mexico border. And last week, the Mexican army said that some of its soldiers had actually been killed by bombs dropped from drones, which are operated by cartels. NewsNation border correspondent Ali Bradley has the details. She is live in Del Rio, Texas. So, Ali, what is Border Patrol saying about all of this?
Yeah, hey, Nicole. So these bomb wielding drones obviously causing some concern here, rightfully so, on the U.S. side. And we actually got our hands on internal memos that have been circulated throughout Border Patrol, alerting them of these unmanned aerial devices being used to drop explosives on what they say is dangerously close to U.S. soil. So what we've learned here from these memos is that the violence actually is stemming from infighting within the Sinaloa cartel. Members of the group reportedly getting in an armed altercation with Mexican federales before they came to the U.S. border to surrender to Border Patrol agents. One of those individuals was actually carrying 3,000 rounds of ammunition. The individuals claimed that they witnessed drones dropping explosives near their location, which prompted them to run to the United States. So where is all this unfolding? Well, sources I've talked to say that the violence is contained in Mexico, in Sonora specifically, but it's happening right on the other side of Arizona's border. Farms in the Cells area of Pima County were identified as locations in the memo that this violence was dangerously close to. The information that was distributed shows that the Los Salazar members are dropping explosives on members of the Los Pelones. That is what the memo is saying. Now, agents, of course, have seen their fair share of drones, Nicole, down at the southern border, but this new element of the explosives obviously adding some heightened security issues there for agents, so they are being reminded to remain vigilant down there at the border, Nicole.
All right, so Ali, how are lawmakers responding? Are they responding?
Yeah, several lawmakers are, of course, jumping on this one, wanting to talk about the issues here being a national security problem. And a lot of the lawmakers are on the right side, pointing back at the Biden-Harris administration for their lack of border security enforcement over the last couple of years. But Senator Joni Ernst, she's from Iowa. She actually introduced some legislation that would kind of empower DOD to broaden their capabilities within Title X to actually go after these drones in U.S. airspace. So take a look at what the senator had to say regarding this legislation there that she has introduced, saying in part, quote, "On borders are Kamala Harris's watch. Murderous drug cartels are controlling the southern border and using drones for turf war attacks within miles of the United States. These thugs must be held accountable. That's why I'm equipping the Pentagon to respond to these incursions by any means necessary," calling it the Countering Drone Incursions Act. Now, this all comes as Homeland Security, Transportation and Infrastructure, and Judiciary Committee leaders introduced bipartisan legislation in June that would actually renew and reform current legal authorities that are actually set to expire in October. So lawmakers are getting involved in this. Of course, this comes after a top Air Force general had alerted under testimony that we're seeing about 1,000 drones a month coming into U.S. airspace, of course, causing a growing concern for our national security. Nicole.
1,000 drones a month invading, bringing drugs, weapons, who knows what else. When Trump cracks down on the cartels, and he's promised to do that, because fentanyl is killing between 100 and 150,000 Americans every single year, thanks to Biden and the Democrats and their open border. So when he does crack down, now we're going to face cartel members that have drones with bombs, which means we're going to be losing actual troops fighting these animals. Thanks, Biden. Thanks, Democrats.